Hello, Internet. I'm Scott.
I'm Abram.
And you are watching the wrap-up show after F5 Live Refreshing Technology, episode 445. It is the end of August, and you're probably joining us here from social media, because that's mostly where this short show gets posted. Wherever you found us, we appreciate it. And feel free to subscribe to us on all of the platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, basically Instagram. Anywhere where you can think of to find us, we're probably there. You can also subscribe to the main show by going to f5live.tv and clicking the subscribe buttons on the right-hand side. You can also subscribe to the Pilch Point with Avram Pilch. You can special events feed, the 3000 Brigade, First Looks, a new series that's going to be starting in a couple of weeks. You can subscribe to all of that stuff right there. This here is our kind of post show where we talk about what we talked about. And if you like the topics, you can join us over on the main show at f5live.tv. With that, let's get to it, shall we? In Nifty Gifties this week, we talked about WhatsApp and the changes that they've made to their privacy policy and their kind of business practices. They are officially going to be sharing data with Facebook, despite the fact that when they were purchased, they said that that would never, ever happen. Anybody who believed that that was the case did not understand who was purchasing WhatsApp, including apparently the founder of the company, did not quite understand what they had agreed to. Avram and I kind of agree that it's not that big of a deal. Your activities are watched anyway for advertising purposes. So, if Facebook wanted to get this information, it wouldn't be that difficult, even if they didn't own it.
And I said you'd rather have a targeted ad than be getting some of the horrible untargeted ads people see on the internet with all kinds of disgusting things in them, like skin lesions in your face. So it's definitely, I'd rather get a targeted ad on my Messenger than something disgusting.
Can you imagine, opening your Facebook in front of your friends and there's like an ad for diapers or something? Like, thank goodness that the ads for me are laptop stands and cases and webcams and things like that, because if it wasn't targeted ads, you could get some weird stuff even on Facebook. So
yep. So I understand people are concerned about their privacy, but I feel like that ship has sailed.
Absolutely. If you're going to use a free product, you have to know that you are actually the product. In the Pilch Point, Avram, we talked about a weird decision a long time ago that has been ruining lives ever since.
Yes. So all the major web browsers, except for Safari, and now, as of now, if you've run the latest update, Google Chrome, have a very serious data self-destruct button in them, where if you hit the backspace key at the wrong time, it will take you back a step in your browser, and if you were typing into a web form, you could lose your work, which could be a whole email or a whole article. This has been ongoing for years, but a lot of people don't know about it until it happens to them. Google was smart to take it out, but if you're on Firefox, Internet Explorer, or Edge browser, this is still a problem. So we talk about the nature of the problem, and that there is a fix if you're on Firefox and to do the fix.
So that a problem is a big one when most of the major websites implement a workaround for it. Hey, you're leaving with data in a form. Did you mean to do that?
Yes. Fortunately, you're right that some websites are smart, and because as a web developer, you can tell when someone's leaving. But nevertheless, it can and has happened many times, especially as a web publisher. It happened to me in various CMSs where I lost articles that I was writing.
Yeah,
that's really bad. It's
no good, and thankfully Google has started to take a stand against it, and fingers crossed the others will as well. In the extra life, PlayStation Now is available officially for PC. There's a dongle, so you can use your PlayStation 4 controller wirelessly, or you can plug it in direct. It's a great move. PlayStation coming to Windows is kind of an almost scary crossover between the two companies, right? Because Microsoft and Sony are the two big names in gaming, so it's interesting to see them linking up on this.
Yeah, I mean that's a great opportunity for people who want to play those games. $20 a month is really not bad if you're really going to take advantage of it and play those games all the time.
Yeah, over 400 PlayStation 3 games. That's a crazy amount of games. It's, game per dollar. It's a lot more than the like 40 titles for $5 on like Origin Access, right? You've got a lot more. For 4 times you get 10x the number of games. So that's pretty cool. And like we talked about, PlayStation 3 games were good games. We're not talking about a collection of chintzy things here.
Nope, not at all.
In news from the tubes, Google Fiber is at an interesting impasse. They've just launched a new city, now. Salt Lake City is brand new, just taking subscribers. And at the same time, the CEO of Alphabet, Larry Page, has decided to scale back Google Fiber, cutting their staff in half and potentially pausing any future deployments. So kind of a weird situation. We talk about the numbers and maybe some of the reasons why, and potentially that this may not indicate what we think it does.
Yeah, there's a good chance that they're just moving away from the wired way of getting internet into people's homes and looking at ways to do it that are easier to scale, as WebPass provides.
Right. So you don't have to spend all of the money to install fiber throughout an entire metro area, only to have 30,000 signups in that city and never pay for your investment. With something like WebPass, you could do it on a phased rollout and actually be profitable, which would be a nice change of pace for Google Fiber. In DRM not included, we talked about how Spotify may be punishing artists who have exclusive deals with competitors, and also that Spotify has unequivocally denied the accusation. We also talked about whether or not it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, but it does make them look petty.
Yeah.
And I think they should just, I think it would be fine if they would just come out and admit it, but I guess that looks petty a little bit.
Yeah. I can see that.
If that is true, but come on, if you're searching for Taylor Swift, you're going to search for Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
Which you won't find on Spotify anyway,
right.
But if you're searching for a particular artist, you're gonna search by that artist name, and they're gonna come up.
Yeah,
even not gonna come up.
Even if their search results are a little depressed in the list, you're still, when you go searching for Drake, you're gonna find Drake. You're not gonna go, oh, here's something I think is it. Oh no, that's not it. That's the karaoke version, or
Right. And if you found the karaoke version, you'd be like, I'm backing out of this. I'm gonna go to the real one. So.
Right, exactly. I don't think it's nearly the life-changing policy that Bloomberg was trying to make it into.
Yep.
So that's what we talked about on the main show. Obviously, you can find significantly longer explanations and discussions on all of those topics by going to f5live.tv. There you can find this episode and all of our past episodes as well, including last week's, which took place at MusiCon in Miami. There's no equivalent of this show here for the MusiCon show. We spoke with a large portion of the cast of the 3000 Brigade about how they got into the group and their favorite show and their favorite characters they've played. It was a lot of fun. It was right before the stage show, so everybody was a bit nervous, and it was good. So you can find that there as well. So We will be back with a normal show next week as well, which you can join us at f5live.tv/join us Sunday night at 9 p.m. And with that, on behalf of the staff that's not here, I'm Scott.
I'm Avram.
And we will see you next week. Ciao.
Ciao.